I am Al Lawrence. I'm Vice President of Quality and Training with CRUX Technology and Security Solutions. And as part of our 10-year anniversary celebration, we're taking some time to talk a little bit about the relationships that we've been able to develop over the years. And joining me today, our honored guest from Prosper ISD. And Fernando, if you could introduce yourself.
My name is Fernando de Velasco. I'm the Chief Technology Officer for Prosper ISD.
And thank you for coming. As you know, we've worked together for several years now. We've seen a lot of changes and a lot of growth, and new technologies, new leadership, new facilities have come and gone. But the relationship piece between the district and CRUX I felt has always been strong. And if you wouldn't mind, share a little bit about some of the things you value the most in our relationship that we've had.
I think one of the biggest assets is the ability to listen, not just listen to reply or to provide something, but the ability to listen with let me put some thought behind it, let me look into the general scope of the question, how it will affect things, and then let me provide an answer that we can discuss with an intention to care. I think sometimes people just reply too quick or they don't care about the answer, and I think CRUX has always been a group that provides advice, but is also hey, you could, you should, you will. Let's discuss the options to see which one could work best. Because sometimes vendors will try to sell you something thinking it's the best thing ever, but it may not necessarily adapt to the situations, the moments that a district may be facing. I think that has been one of the best things. Hey, I have a situation, I need you to listen, and then how can we work through that? Yes.
And I've always appreciated our interaction because you will often start a conversation with, hear me out, I'm not looking for a decision right now, but take this, process this, chew on this, come back to me and let me know what you think, good, bad, otherwise. And I've always appreciated the fact that we can just have those conversations literally about anything that the district may be facing, or hey, have you heard about this, or who else is using this? Please tell me I'm not going to be the guinea pig for technology and that sort of thing. And because when I think about the things that we've gone through over the years, and I've, on a personal level, I've been supporting Prosper since 2004. We didn't really have a high school, so to speak. I mean, we did, but and to see the growth and the development throughout that time has been really exciting to see. Now, I can't say I'm really excited when I'm stuck in the traffic that we've all inherited now, but it comes with the territory. But I've also valued the fact that I know that if I got something, I can send you a text, I can call you right on the cell phone. If you can take my call, you're going to take my call, and if you can't, you're always telling me, I'll call you back. Caught me in a meeting. And I've always valued that ability to have that interaction, and not just with you, but with the entire team out there.
Yeah.
I think it's been a lot of fun, as we can say fun in IT. So anyway, where do you think, value-wise, you talked about our ability to listen, and I agree that's completely important. That's critical. We don't listen, we don't understand. But in the future growth that you see coming with Prosper ISD, what are some of the things that you're kind of, excited about, or, future opportunities that may be coming along?
I think it has always been the same objective, or at least for me. And I think I have, in a sense, shared with my administrators, my team administrators, the fact of we're building something. If you think about it, in 2017 we had 12 schools, just 12. And since then we have been doubling, yeah, we have doubled that, plus some more schools, right? But what I have been telling them is one day you're going to turn around and you're going to be able to say with a level of pride, not pride in arrogance, but pride of, hey, we built that. We put that together. And there has been times when people have not seen eye to eye. There has been difficult conversations. But at the same time, nobody is going with a chip on their shoulder or an ego badge and having to have an argument about that before we can get to work on what we want. So for me, overall, kind of going in this big circle, is in the future I'm going to be able to retire, yes, Prosper, sorry, and retire at some point. But I'm trying to leave the district better than what I found it. And not because it was in a bad place, but trying to add and build and, okay, how can I leave it in a good place for the next person? So that's probably one of the main drives or factors to, hey, we're doing something. 20 years from now, or whatever it is going to be there. No, I know the hallways of those schools. I know the closets of those schools. I could tell you many stories about it, and it's a sense of, yeah, that. So,
and it's kind of tough sometimes because in our industry, there's so many things that we do that are hidden above ceilings and they're hidden behind doors, and people don't see the physical nature of what we do, but they experience it. Whether it's in the, hey, I've got, my wireless is working, my access control works, I go into my classrooms and I have interactive displays and I have this technology around us that you see the staff and the students using. And in some cases, the students are the ones putting the tech, in a lot of ways, they are putting the tech through its paces, and to see how it serves them. And that's cool. It is a little difficult sometimes because people don't see all the things that it had to take to make the ones and zeros flow to that device.
But if I will have a word of advice for any person on in my position, will be you need to work with your own administration. I have documents where sometimes, let me deviate a little. Sometimes we think about staffing, teachers, students, buses, in a very methodical way, like, I don't know. And don't quote me on this one, okay? So I'm looking at the camera, don't quote me here. Let's pretend that I hire somebody, and just to round it up, I'm going to say 50,000. But usually when I have meetings like that and we are discussing budgets, is to tell them, okay, for every 50,000 person, okay, there is a computer, which everybody sees. And there is a docking station that everybody sees. And now there is a television that, for the most part, people get. And then, by the way, let me show you the spreadsheet of all the components and parts that are behind the scenes that nobody sees. And many times I get people looking around like, trying to have X-ray vision to say, wait, what is this? All the money behind the ceiling tiles? Yes, and every time we need to reevaluate buildings and everything, remember this. So there is a computer asset cost, but also infrastructure cost, and I not enjoy, that's not the word I want to use, but to really sometimes educate administrators on, don't just make budgetary provisions based on staff members, students, I don't know, whatever number it is that we need to provide equipment for, but everything that comes behind, and then work into the, by the way, in so many years we're going to have to do something about this.
Yes.
And those are the conversations that make some meetings interesting.
I just gave a lunch and learn to an architectural firm, teaching them the value of what we do. What could a CRUX company do for you? And when we talked about the planning piece, when should you have a technology consultant involved in the process of, it doesn't matter if it's a new school, a new church, a new office building. And we stress the importance of the sooner the better, because there's a lot of things that the client would say to an architect, you know, I want this. This is my vision. This is the experience I want people to have in my facility. We hear those things with different ears because we're thinking, they just said they wanted to have a lot of conference rooms with video conferencing and good quality sound, and they wanted to have it open to the community. And that means that's a vision from the owner. And to us, we're thinking, okay, that's displays, that's the parts and pieces, the licensing, the software, it's the security of the public coming in and out of a building, you know, and those types of things. And it's how we look at it. I said, and having us involved with the owners, even when they're still talking and everyone's got the dreams and the hopes, and we haven't crushed them with the reality of cost yet, but they've got all these ideas. Yes. It helps us serve as that advocate to go, okay, here's what they just said as it relates for what we do. You know, we're going to need rooms this big to support those things. We're going to need training. We're going to need software. And then there's the understanding to make sure the owner understands that you're going to maintain this. There's a point where the architect and the consultants, they all shake hands, walk out, yay, and it's yours.
Puppies are very cute, but eventually you need to take them for shots and food and toys, and they grow up and taking care of the puppies. And many people forget that part. Day 2.
Yeah.
And day 3,
Yes, and that everything we build, everything we design and have installed is somebody's got to maintain that.
Yes.
And then at some point, it's going to reach an end of life, and the new puppy comes in, so to speak, and the new tech. And we also tried to stress the importance of trying to create facilities that are flexible to adjust to that new technology that may be coming in. And having the ability, we took that piece out because, you know, we no longer need the wire. We're doing things wirelessly, so to speak. Or we've got to add things.
Actually, going back to your first question about the listening part, that's another component from the cooperation between Prosper and CRUX, right? The ability that you guys have provided, plus the vision from the district to be able to see not just today, but see tomorrow. We have built many, what people will say, cookie cutter schools, but they are different because they have been evolving, trying to get to the next and to the next and to the next, and then whatever work on that next, go back and retrofit whatever was old. So that's one of the things that, okay, how can we be there while we're still day-to-day operations versus, hey, I have 3 schools coming up next summer or the summer after. So that's another thing that has been appreciated a lot.
No, and I'm happy to hear that, because that's part of our service mission is to, it's not just about getting through design and wow, look at the paper. It's about the long term, and it always has been. And I know that speaking for the rest of the CRUX folks out there, we definitely do appreciate it. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to at least another 10 before you retire.
Nothing is signed.
I'm trying. Anyway, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.